What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Tuesday evening's Anfield Agenda News Roundup. Today we're going to be discussing the possibility of Georgi MAMARDASHVILI finally becoming a Liverpool player, albeit with a slight twist to the deal. We're going to be asking, is Sepp van den Berg really close to an Anfield exit? Hint, he is. We're also going to ask about Joe Gomez and Marc Guéhi. Will we see one out and one in? And lots more over the next 8 to 10 minutes. We will be back live tonight with the late night agenda at 8:45, and I'm recording a podcast episode with Jack Gill today as well, so that will drop on whatever your favourite podcast platform of choice is tomorrow. Until then, you know the score. We want to know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, and of course don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So let's get straight into it and talk about the goalkeeper saga. And this is a weird one because it isn't the goalkeeper saga we thought we were going to have this summer. We did believe that it was going to be, will Kelleher stay, will Kelleher go, and that is still up in the air. But right now, finally some good news on the Valencia and Georgia goalkeeper. Fabrizio Romano and many other journalists have said that Georgi MAMARDASHVILI's move to Liverpool in June 2025 is now getting close, advancing to the final stages. Liverpool and Valencia in contact to agree a structure with add-ons, a package just over €30 million. Now it seems as though he will not go on loan to Bournemouth for the season, but will instead stay at Valencia and then become a Liverpool player officially in 2025. This could have just been the breakthrough that was needed. Maybe Valencia were willing to come down a little bit on the valuation of the player if they got to keep him for another season. And look, if it gets the deal done, if Liverpool get their number one target to replace Alisson Becker in the future, so be it. That works for me. He's obviously comfortable over there in Valencia, been playing there, knows the place well. No problem with that whatsoever. Obviously Bournemouth, well, they're not going to get the goalkeeper on loan now for the season, but if they have £25 million lying around, come along and get yourself Mr. Creevy and Kelleher. He'd do a fine job down in Bournemouth. So that's where we are with Georgi MAMARDASHVILI, and we do think that that deal is going to move along rather quickly at this point, which is good news because nobody wants it dragging out. Another report coming out of Valencia say they're close for the deal as well. So it isn't just one or two journalists here. This is quite a few. So we move on to the centre-back situation, my friends, and there's been a little bit of talk about Liverpool being reinterested in Marc Guéhi of Crystal Palace. Now, I have to say, personally, I've not heard anything new to add to this to suggest that Liverpool could be rethinking their stance. Earlier on in the summer, I was hoping we were in for Marc Guéhi. David Lynch was amongst a couple of people to tell me that his lack of aerial prowess or winning of those aerial duels, well, acted against him in Liverpool's analysis. But maybe things have changed, I don't know. One thing said Newcastle will walk away from a deal to sign Marc Guéhi if Palace don't accept their £65 million offer by this weekend. Joe Gomez has been discussed internally and was part of a proposed swap deal, as we know, with Anthony Gordon earlier on in the summer. Now, a couple of other bits and pieces around Marc Guéhi. David Ornstein said Marc Guéhi is appreciated by clubs, including Liverpool, who are assessing centre-back options in case both Joe Gomez and Sepp van den Berg leaves. James Pearce goes on to say, it promises to be a busy end to the window in terms of outgoings as Liverpool consider offers for players such as Nat Phillips, Sepp van den Berg, Ben Doak and Tyler Morton, while Cade Gordon, Stefan Bajcetic and Owen Beck have been attracting loan interest. Now, all of that's all well and good, but it doesn't really help us, does it? Outgoings, they're not really going to help Arne Slot or strengthen us for this season. So we still need to figure out what's going on with the search for a centre-back, a midfielder and potentially a forward. Sam Smith reported to say there remains a feeling that Liverpool could strike late in the window for Marc Guéhi. Surely this would be panicking though. If we wanted Marc Guéhi, we could have had him when he came home from the Euros. I've said this all summer. I'm not against it. I love the idea of Marc Guéhi. But this would certainly be a step down from Liverpool's briefing that he didn't quite tick all the boxes, so they weren't going to proceed. And with the £65 million valuation, which is currently where Newcastle are at for the signing, it would be a significant outlay, albeit I won't be complaining because I do think and rate Marc Guéhi as a footballer. So do think, I should say, well of and rate Marc Guéhi as a footballer. So I'd have no issues if this is the case. But I've not had any indications on my side to say that things have changed on that front. But David Ornstein and others do obviously say to keep an eye on it. So let's do just that. Now, Sepp van den Berg. This is going to blow your mind. All summer, we've seen clubs nickel and diming, PSV Eindhoven, Mainz and others, coming in with 6, 8, 10 million pound valuations. Right now, I'm about to read something out that truly, as I mentioned, blows my mind. Sepp van den Berg close to leaving Liverpool, according to David Ornstein, in a permanent move. Set to achieve 20 million plus valuation, so 20 million and upwards with some add-ons. Brentford strongly considering the 22-year-old alongside the likes of O'Shea and a few others. They're long-term admirers and have solid relations with Liverpool. That has been backed up by others as well. Florian Plettenberg said Bayer Leverkusen have made contact with Liverpool about a potential deal for Sepp van den Berg, and Liverpool are now demanding £25 million. So maybe they were right to hang off on the Sepp van den Berg thing. I did say all summer, if the club have a valuation, it's their valuation. Like I say about selling clubs when we come a knocking, clubs have the right to refuse any offers and a valuation. Maybe Edwards was backing on the window coming to a tetchy conclusion and clubs getting a little bit desperate. We know that Bayern Munich, for instance, name was mentioned for Joe Gomez, but for them it's Jonathan Tah or nothing. And maybe if they lose Jonathan Tah, Leverkusen are going to come a knocking for Sepp van den Berg. Does that mean maybe we could consider a move for Nkapie? I don't know. I'm just putting two and two together there. I have nothing to suggest that that is a possibility, but it could be. Now, a few other bits and pieces that I want to clear up, and one of them is with regards to the touches Liverpool had in their opposition penalty area at the weekend. So Opta Joe have said 50. Liverpool had 50 touches in the opposition box against Ipswich on Saturday in Arne Slot's first game in charge. The most in a manager's first ever season in the Premier League that Opta has on record. And Sky Sports News then, to finish up, posted to say Joe Gomez is training well and is preparing for the game against Brentford on Sunday. One thing I forgot to mention, actually, somebody sent this to me and said, Craig, did you know that in 2023, I think it was September, that Fenway Sports Group did indeed sell a minority stake, and not to Redbird Capital, although they did sell to Redbird Capital. Let me read you out something from, I believe, The Guardian. It said, Fenway Sports Group has sold a minority stake in Liverpool to US private equity firm Dynasty Equity. The deal ends FSG's search for investment and will be used, are you ready for this part? To pay off debts. So you know the main stand and all that we're all giving them credit for? Well, they sold a little bit of the club to pay for that, and now the increased revenue and footfall, what happens with that money? Does that go to the manager? Surely it does, right? Well, not yet. So they go on to say FSG and Dynasty, an investment firm that specialises in buying minority stakes in sports clubs, have not revealed the financial details of the deal, but it is in the region of $100 to $200 million. The investment does not equate to a transfer war chest for the manager. It will pay down bank debt, including the pandemic, capital expenditure on the new Anfield Road stand, the new AXA training centre, and the purchase of Melwood. So there you go, more money freed up. So that's the money that they got from Redbird Capital that freed up some wiggle room for them. Some money that they got from Dynasty Equity, and still no real addition to the transfer kitty. Make of that what you will. So, my friends, we will, of course, discuss this and everything else tonight at 8:45 for the Late Night Agenda. Want to remind you guys as well that we have put our tickets on sale for a show in Liverpool November 15th. You can get your tickets with the link in the description of this video. It is an all-ages event. It is going to be a fantastic show. We may even record it, you know, so make sure that you've got your smiley face on. And yeah, looking forward to it. Get your tickets in the link in the description. All-ages event. Once off show again, November 15th. Really looking forward to it. Thank you for your support as always, and I look forward to catching up with you all on tonight's Late Night Agenda. Until then, have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.